All right, we're getting into the home stretch, but before getting better or fizzling out, let's talk about it now. Hey everyone, it's David Stark from Watcher Pass. I'm here to talk to you about Before Season 1, Episode 7, coming to Apple TV Plus on November 26, 2024. This is the 7th episode in the 10-episode series. So is this 7th episode worth watching? My hot take is I think you should watch it later. This is a better episode than the last episode, and it has some more supernatural aspects and a really kind of intriguing ending, but overall it is a relatively slow episode and not a ton happens. It basically has like kind of one main story arc. So I think it's okay. I think Before is kind of trending down for me, but I'll keep watching. I want to see what happens. I want to get some of these questions answered. So overall, I think it's better than last week, but it's still not a great episode. So I think you should maybe check it out. I mean, the series has been kind of up and down, so I don't really know what my overall take of the entire series is going to be, but it definitely seems to be ending weaker than I expected. So all that being said, I'm going to tell you a little about the episode, a few things I liked, a few things I didn't like, and then really quickly go into a recap. So as you can imagine, there'll be spoilers in the recap section. If you don't know what happens in this episode, and you might not, there is a really big kind of like surprise ending. I would turn off when I get to the recap. Before that, though, I'll keep it vague. I'll keep it spoiler free. I'll let you know when I get to those spoilers. So before episode 7 kind of like continues the story, it doesn't seem to directly follow episode 6, although the events are sequential. There's no like big event at the end of episode 6 that is instantly referenced in episode 7, but we do get to see more of how Eli is handling his kind of weird interactions with Noah recently, and also we get to see how Noah connects into some of the various players in the story. So things I liked about this episode: the first, I like the supernatural aspects. There's getting to be more supernatural. It seems like there is definitely some more going on, especially the ending. A lot Before started with dreams, and I was very frustrated with that. I wanted to have more kind of like actual weird things happen. Well, it seems like we are getting there. The second thing I love the ending. I thought the ending was good. I thought the ending kind of made me want to see what happens in the next episode. I don't know if it fully, you know, I don't know if it fully made up for the overall slow episode, but I did really enjoy the ending. So, all that being said, things I didn't love as much. The first, I've mentioned it a few times, it's a really slow episode. It is kind of just one story arc, not a ton of drama. Now, Before is not like a action series. It's not something that's gonna like get your blood flowing, but this is a particularly slow episode because it does feel like it follows one main arc. And that kind of leads right into the second thing I didn't love as much. Not a lot happens. Again, it's kind of like one main arc. We kind of go through it. There are some drawn out scenes that are drawn out for dramatic effect. But there is, again, not a ton of revelations, not a ton of answers. There is a good ending, but the journey to get there, I don't really know if it's fully worth it. So, all that being said, Before episode 7 comes to Apple TV Plus on November 26, 2024. Like I said, I think you should watch it later. It's okay. This series has seemed to kind of gone into the okay territory, so I'm hoping it gets better towards the end. I'm hoping it finishes strong, but I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see. But if you do watch it, let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked and didn't like. I'd love to hear it. And I'm going to really quickly go into a recap right now. So if you don't know what happens in this episode, I would turn it off now because there will be spoilers. So after some of Eli's, I don't know, fairly kind of sporadic behavior, strange behavior, most notably doing surgery on Noah when he pulled out an imaginary worm, he is not doing that great in the professional realm, and they are trying to take him off of the case. They're trying to take him off of Noah's case. And he says, okay, but let me at least do some transition therapy, some therapy to like help Noah get to his next doctor, his next stage of care. And part of this is hypnotizing. Now, of course, Eli's doing it, so it's not really transition. Eli is trying to find out more and more about this case, about this story. And so he hypnotizes Noah and tries to get him to talk about who he was with before Denise. And when he starts asking this, Noah like starts clutching his chest and breathing heavy, and you hear a water motif. So there's something that happened before Denise in Noah's, either in Noah's previous life or in like some of the lives of the entities that seem to be kind of residing in Noah. So eventually, Eli keeps pushing him, tells Noah he needs to go deeper. He needs to go deeper. Noah seems to be in a lot of pain. He's clutching his chest. And then, as this is happening, Ghost Lynn, Dead Lynn, Corpse Lynn, Wet Lynn, whatever you want to call it, Lynn's dead corpse specter appears behind Eli and blows on the back of his neck. Could be a cute thing, but no, this is definitely some sort of, I don't know, warning. I don't know exactly what Lynn is doing. I think probably Eli killed her or contributed to her death. So she seems to be haunting Eli. But she shows up when Eli is pushing Noah to dig deeper and figure out where he was before Denise. And when Noah sees her blow on the back of Eli's neck, he starts to really freak out. And then we don't really get a resolution here. We get a new scene. We see them trying to stage the house. They are saging the house to get rid of the bad juju that seems to be there. And the person saging the house senses water in the bathroom, which Eli kind of blows off as like, yeah, it's a bathroom. But I think that person is sensing something horrible that happened in water, namely Lynn killing herself or being drowned or something. And as they're staging the house, we do see Lynn's wet body, like her, I call it wet body, her like specter that is wet from being drowned in the house, and the house fills with smoke. And then we don't really get much resolution after this. Again, it's like very kind of weird sporadic scenes. Eventually, Eli is talking to the doctor who is trying to take him off of the case, and he says that Noah believes that he is Benjamin, this Benjamin character that died earlier that Eli worked on, and he thinks that he will die like Benjamin, and so Eli wants to take Noah to places connected to Benjamin's life to try to see if he can, I guess, disentangle that or at least figure out more of what this Benjamin character wants in Noah. So he takes Noah to Lawrence's house, the Benjamin family member, Benjamin's brother, who we met last episode. At the house, Noah starts looking around. He picks up some random stuff. It's very dramatic, overly dramatic. I think they're kind of almost playing with the audience here because they'll pick up something and everyone will like zoom in and like you'll hear like the music swell and then nothing. He'll pick up something else, happens again. Eventually, he finds Benjamin's old camera, and there's no film in it, but in that box, there is a envelope that has some undeveloped film, some negatives, and one of them has Farmhouse 3778 written on it. So this seems to be the farmhouse that Benjamin went to, took pictures of, and then after he came back, went downhill quickly and eventually died. Now, during this whole session, Eli doesn't go alone with Noah. He takes his colleague, the doctor who is like overseeing him, with him because she is very nervous. She actually didn't want Eli to go here because he's kind of on probation. He's not supposed to be working on this case, but he insisted. Now, as they are going through this, more and more connections keep getting brought up that makes this doctor even more nervous because she says, hey, Eli, if you have a personal connection to this case, you can't work on it. And he has a ton of personal connections. Benjamin, this person that Eli says Noah believes he is, was a patient of Eli's. They also talk about Lynn being connected here, and that is Eli's Lynn. Lynn was, the girlfriend of Benjamin, the patient, and so the his colleague, his, I don't know, boss maybe, is getting very, very nervous. I don't think this is going to go well for Eli's overall case, but eventually, as they're arguing, Noah goes and messes with some more stuff, and eventually puts on a record. And Lawrence recognizes the song, goes up to Noah, and Noah turns to Lawrence and says, I'm sorry, Lonnie. And then Noah goes up to Eli and says, are you going to take me home? Lawrence starts crying. And when Eli talks him after, he says, Benjamin used to play this song for me all the time, the song that's playing on the record player. And, I assume he also called Lawrence Lonnie as like a nickname. So it does kind of support that Benjamin is possessing Noah or some weird thing is happening. Now, after Noah asked, if he was going to go home, Noah left. Eli goes up to Noah and says, what happened to you in the farmhouse? And Noah says, we have to find your friend. Which friend? I don't know. We'll find out soon, probably, because after this, Eli goes up to Noah and calls him Benjamin. And then Noah lifts his hand like there's a balloon tied to it, which is a nod back to some of the earlier hypnotherapy that Eli was doing to Noah. So it seems like he is kind of being possessed in a trance, something like that. And then Noah passes out. And Eli catches him as he's passing out. But then we see like a vision that Eli sees. We see a girl who is like hurt on the ice. She appears to be bleeding from the back of her head. And then Eli sees the chest marks, the chest marks that Benjamin has, the chest marks that Noah have. And then we see someone, presumably that girl, falling through the ice. And the cracks in the ice appear to be similar to the chest mark that is on both Benjamin and Noah. and this girl falls below the water, presumably dying. We don't know much. We don't know much about it. I mean, but you hear her head. She seems to be passed out. She's falling below the water. And after all this, Eli gets up and like vomits a ton of water. And this appears to be real water, not like supernatural water, not like all the other times when like ice would appear, but it wasn't actually there. It seems like Eli is actually vomiting water. But who knows? He's seen fake worms. We're seeing fake ice around. We're seeing weird stuff. So it could all be figurative, spiritual, spectral water. But it seems like it's real water. So we don't know though, because that's the end of the episode. What do we think is going to happen next? Well, this person, this girl that was killed or hurt or injured, this might be the friend that Noah is asking about. We don't really know who Noah is saying we have to find your friend. I assume it's this girl. I assume this girl like died and fell below the ice, and somehow that's all related, and she is the person that they have to find. And so maybe they're going to now go to that farmhouse. Maybe they'll develop the pictures, figure out what happened, and go to the farmhouse to try to find this body that maybe is the kind of catalyst for all of this haunting. The fact that this girl died and that Lynn also drowned could be interesting. That could be a connection. Maybe whatever happened to this girl, happened to Lynn also in a weird way. Maybe Eli, because Noah did go up to Eli and say, we need to find your friend. Maybe this is a friend that Eli killed or injured on accident and then like killed to like cover it up. Like maybe they were skating or something. This person fell, hurt her head. She was really injured. Eli maybe like chipped away at the ice to have her like fall into the water so the evidence wouldn't be there. And then maybe that also either translated to Lynn, maybe that spirit like possessed Lynn or something like that. And that is why Lynn also had to be killed. I don't know, all weird speculation, but this is a new thing. And how does Benjamin fit into all this? And why did he have to die? Well, I guess we'll have to find out later. Maybe Benjamin killed this person. Maybe that is where this is going. I don't know. But we'll find out in the next few episodes. But that is before episode 7. Like I said, it's okay. It's a very slow episode. I did really like the ending. As you can see, like I'm speculating a lot about what happened in the end. I'm curious to see what happened, but I don't know if that ending was worth the overall journey. But I will keep watching. If you do watch this episode, let me know what you think. Let me know what you liked and didn't like. I'd love to hear. And thanks so much for watching. If you like this review, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. Thank you.